Hello, my lovely Leos, and welcome to Soulsick Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming week of January. Please remember these are general reads. They are gender neutral, and roles can be reversed. Time is fluid, so we're reading into the energies of past, present, and upcoming future. I hope this resonates with y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, let's get started. I have one card pop out, but it's upside down. See you in a second. Agape. Illuminated truth. The maiden. Vow. Let's get a couple more here for my Leos for the upcoming month of February. The tear. Oh. And the shadow. Okay. Let's see what this one on the floor is. The castle. Okay. I want to start with the castle, the tear, and the shadow. Mercury retrograde. What? No. Leos, I feel like the month of February is like an exploration for you. Sorry, like been online all day. I want to say it's like the castle is that area in life where, you know, oftentimes we are constantly trying to reach this destination of, okay, I have this job and I live in this neighborhood and I, you know, like what I've done all the things that I'm supposed to do. And then feeling like, okay, now what? You know, like now where do I go? Like, why do I feel trapped in this? Why do I feel sad when I've done all the things that I know I'm supposed to do? And I feel like part of that is exploring just, you know, your shadow side of tendencies that you have, of, you know, habits that you'd created. I think Leo's in a big way, we've really just kind of been stepping back into life, and in doing that, also just kind of like catching glimpses of old habits or old, I want to say like even reactions, you know, like in re-entering the world. It's just kind of this discovery of ourselves again. But I think with an awareness this time, you know, with agape here, it demonstrates the idea of, I guess it doesn't matter, of being aware of yourself. So that as you're kind of entering back into the world again, you know, you're not finding yourself capped out in destination. You know, you're not in that, what is that, destination mentality? I feel like there's a little catchy phrase that goes with that somewhere, but I can't think of it at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just this awareness of yourself as you kind of re-enter into the world. And the vow and the maiden, there's this Nicki Minaj song that is popping into my head right now, like Dear Nicki. And it's the idea of just kind of like writing this letter and saying, you know, like I know I had to leave me behind, but once I get to where I'm trying to get to, you know, like I don't want to forget myself. And I feel like the vow in this instance, Leo, is you, and this vow of like not forgetting who you've been through all of your destinations. Because I think you're reconnecting with yourself in a way that's really allowing you to explore life with this, I mean, just enticing curiosity, you know. The maiden is setting off. I mean, the maiden is youthful and excited and, you know, ready to savor every moment. And I feel like that's kind of like the vow that you have with yourself, is that, you know, like I knew that I had to turn my back on myself to get to where I needed to be And now that I'm like coming back into myself again, I'm having to kind of face that shadow side of all of my destination mentalities before, you know. Leos, I think that we have a tendency to be we're fixed signs, one. So, like once you get your head set on something, like it's pretty hard to change your mind. Leos are stubborn. But like also leaders. I know that like Aquarians are usually the ones who are like stepping outside of the box and doing all these things. But Aquarians are a sister sign, and that energy seems really heavy here to me right now. Could be just because the whole Aquarian thing, but season or what have you, energy that we're in right now. But it feels like this sense of leading yourself into this new world with a reconnection of who you are and what you have sought out in life. Oops. Five of Wands and the High Priestess. I think that plays into, the idea still of just being aware. Illumination and seeing what you couldn't see before, and moving forward with a higher sense of self, a higher sense of purpose. Like, dear Leo, like, I didn't forget you. It's like I'm coming back to you. It's like a love letter to yourself, like, dear me, I'm sorry I lost you for a moment. Like, I'm sorry I had to turn my back on you. But, we had to escape this mentality. The royal we, I suppose, if it's a letter to yourself. But, again, it's just that idea of feeling illuminated and feeling like you have a better understanding of how you want to move forward in life. Understanding of how you want to move forward. Again, moving into a new realm, a new territory. The Pentacles is typically financial. I know a lot of my Leos have been, starting new jobs, going through interviews, getting ready for new jobs. all of the things. Some Leos have been, contracted out to do, different projects for people. And I think it's just that idea of like, now you're having a better understanding of your skill set. You're having a better understanding of, what you had accomplished when you were the version of you that you had to turn your back on. It's almost like this just reawakening to the entirety of who you are. And not forgetting all of the qualities and elements that had gotten you where you were. Because even though you've pulled away for a while, Leo, the Star card, it's that Aquarian energy again, but it's just that idea of like, now you're ready to shine. Now you're really ready to step into your power. You're ready to move forward into, this kind of indicates the idea of the unknown. But given like the shadow and the castle and the fact that you're, it's financial, I feel like there is just kind of this element of career and drive and honesty. I'm not getting a lot of like relationship vibes with this read. So, I feel like for Leos, this is probably just like a month where you're really focusing on, like what it is that you are building in life. Oh my, we have a lot of cards popped out. Because it seems like whatever it is, Leo, you're feeling really protective of it. I feel like there's an idea here of just feeling really protective of yourself, feeling protective of, the lessons that you've learned and the journeys that you've taken and, the promises that you've made to yourself. And just kind of that idea of like not letting anybody stand in your way, not letting anyone discourage you or lodge you in an idea or place you in a box that feels confining. It's just kind of this idea of like I had to break out of that and I had to break out of me. And in doing so, like I've come into an awareness of myself. And now as I'm re-entering into this world, I'm seeing things more clearly. I'm seeing myself more clearly, and I'm feeling really protective of my beginning. And then you had the 9 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, King of Cups, 3 of Cups, and 5 of Cups pop out. No sooner do I say I don't see any love in this than cups all come falling out. But, Leo, I feel like you are on this like self-vow vibe of, like this is my beginning and this is where I'm at. That the idea of anything outside of like your new level of awareness, you're like, this is where I have this illumination. And it could be possible that you have somebody that you're meeting. I mean, the 2 of Pentacles, it could be that it's somebody that you're meeting through work. Possibly, I mean, not necessarily. It could just be that it's somebody who's bringing balance to your life. But it seems like you're meeting somebody who, is kind of bringing in some love to your life. I want to say that it feels I want to say that it feels like this idea of something lighthearted, I feel like. But like lighthearted in a way that like it kind of seems to trigger you a little bit, Leo. I mean, I feel like you guys are in the world of, like, okay, now I'm ready to head on this journey in life and I'm reconnecting with myself and all of the, like the dreams and ambitions and desires and drives that I had before. And, like you're ready to take on this next element. And I feel like maybe it's almost like the, like when it rains, it pours, good things, or bad things. But now it seems like it's more on the end of like raining good things. And you're having to really I almost want to just say, like, think about it. Like, can I take on all of this at once? Like, is this too much? It's kind of like the feeling that I have right now. Like, whoa, okay, there's a lot of new things going on. I remember I had a friend that I worked with one time, and she had a rule, and she would never date anybody for the first year of any of the jobs that she started. I mean, she didn't jump jobs a lot, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. But, it was just that idea of, like, okay, but when I get really involved in this, then, this kind of starts to fall to the wayside. And maybe you're just kind of feeling like, okay, well, I'm really focused in my life right now. Do I really want that distraction? Like, is this going to just be a distraction? And then you have the Magician and the 9 of Cups that popped out. So it could be for some of my Leos that you have I want to say that you have an opportunity to really move forward and start over again. Taking all of your positive experiences. I mean, I don't even feel like this is necessarily just in relationship. I really do feel like this is just across the board, Leo, of you really reconnecting with yourself, you taking all of these, illuminated truths. I mean, you have the 9 of Swords, the High Priestess, Agape, Five of Wands. I mean, there's just this idea of knowing and understanding of yourself. You know, like knowing your value, knowing your desires, knowing your ambition, knowing your drive, knowing what you want, why you want it, how you want to achieve it. You know, and I think you've put a lot of thought into it. And so you're feeling really protective of it. And yet, you know, I think that you find yourself moving, you know, taking all of these things and moving toward, you know, a new beginning, a new success in life, and possibly a partnership in love. But I feel like in this, Leo, you guys are the magician. You know, like Leos are the ones who are taking their experience and their knowledge and creating something that offers up a more illuminated version of their life than what had previously been. Let's see what we can get from the Hidden Realm. Yeah, Two of Pentacles again, and Temperance. I like the Two of Pentacles in this deck because it's more the idea of like balance, of like finding balance with everything. And you have that with the Temperance. It's like little balances and big balances. You know, and I feel like that's that idea of like your day-to-day, you're feeling balanced day-to-day, your day-to-day activities. You know, that idea of like, okay, this is what I want to achieve and this is how I'm going to do it. And I'm, you know, like I've got work from here to here, and then I'm going to have, you know, a few hours that I can dedicate to this. And then I'm going to, you know, like, I feel like you're just really kind of like sorting your life out and finding ways to approach it in an organized, constructive manner. You have the Two of Swords. And I mean, this is an idea of accountability. I almost want to say holding yourself accountable. I feel like this is just like heavy on the self of holding yourself accountable to, you know, reconnect with who you were, and bring that into balance with who you're becoming, who you've been, you know, and in your life, what your goals are, where your transitions have come into play, and, you know, just really kind of like holding yourself accountable for that, and possibly, you know, the people who are coming into your life, whether that's, you know, new employers, possibly a new relationship. I mean, with the Six of Cups, it could be somebody from the past, you know, because it's kind of that idea of like taking what was good and moving forward. But, you know, honestly, Leo, I feel like that's you, you know, like you taking all of the positive elements of your love and your, you know, kind of approach to relationship, and moving forward with it all, you know, and really kind of falling in love with your life again. You know, this doesn't even necessarily have to be an outside person. I mean, although Leo, for a lot of you, I think it could be, but also I kind of get the feeling that it's just you falling in love with your life again and celebrating your successes and celebrating the fact that you've been able to bring your life to balance, and in a big way, you know, like on a grand scale type of balance, and also, you know, just in the little day-to-day things. You know, I feel like your life is just kind of almost like that. You made it over the hump. You know, like February is now it's smooth sailing from here. Now I've integrated myself. I've kept this vow to myself. I'm setting out into, you know, this curious adventure of something new that is really allowing me to shine. And demonstrate, you know, not only, you know, your star quality, but also I think your knowledge, your understanding. All that seems really fantastic. I hope that this resonates for y'all and you have a fantastic month. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.